Thanks for coming back and visiting me. Right now I'm just editing this next video for you guys. I think you guys are going to really like this one. Today I thought we'd do a quick update on the Solimoes River Biotope. Tank's right here. Thanks for stopping back again, and let's check this tank out.
Well, let's get you guys an update on the Upper Amazon Peruvian biotope here. So as you can see, the black skirt tetras really like to hang out kind of underneath this wood structure. And in past tanks, these fish haven't really schooled as much as they do now. They've kind of just had their own little spaces and spread out amongst the tank. But in this tank, maybe just because they're not settled in yet, it's been, I don't know, a good probably 2 weeks since they've been in, but they really like just to hang out kind of together underneath this wood. So they're just chilling there for now. As you can see, a lot of the leaf litter has started to break down. We've got some detritus that's gathering on the sand, and you can see some of the leaves have broken down. Everything's sunk. One thing I've got to fix is this cave. The sand has, I think just with the work of the corys and the 2 plecos, has just kind of fallen down this slope and starting to cover up this cave here. So I'm gonna have to dig that out and try to put some of that sand back under the Amazon swords. You can see some of the Amazon swords, some of the root structure is exposed there, and you can kind of see there, just because that sand has kind of fallen down the slope here a little bit. So I'm going to try to rework that. You can see it's kind of sloped down here into the front as well, and expose a little bit of that small gravel, which is why I used it, because it's a natural looking gravel, because I knew some of that would come through over time. But so I need to dig out that pleco cave, reposition some of the sand. I'm going to take off some of the dead leaves off of these swords. They're doing good. There's new growth and everything, but I just think sometimes the bristlenose plecos can be a little bit rough on Amazon sword leaves, so I'm going to take off some of those just because it'll help the plants use their energy more efficiently. We do have at least one buried ghost shrimp in here, and I'm going to see if I can find it. Don't know that we're going to be able to. I think it's that one. I don't think it's that one. It's a decent sized one. It's not one of those small ones. Yeah, I don't see it right now, but if I do see it, I'll be sure to try to give it on camera and point it out to you guys. So but yeah, you can see just a lot of organics, which is what it's like in the Amazon River. So this part of the Amazon River is called a white water river because of all its sediments. So that's what we're trying to again replicate here as well. So anyway, I'm going to try to clean up some of that sand and clean up some of these plants, and without disturbing things too much, and then I'll show you guys an update once that's done. Stay tuned. Alright, so just got done cleaning things up here a little bit, so sorry it's a little bit cloudy, but I kind of uncovered that cave, moved some sand around, Also, the base of this piece of wood was showing, so I moved some sand up around there. I trimmed or kind of plucked some of the dead leaves off these swords. Not all of them, but you know, a few off of each, and made sure that I tucked the roots back under the substrate. So I'll clean that up a little bit. So we are all set to go. A couple things I'll note. One, I don't think I've lost any ghost shrimp. The large black skirts have not eaten any that I've noticed. None of the plecos have. So there is lots of ghost shrimp still in the tank. And like I said, well, I've seen at least one that's been buried. So that's exciting. The other thing is that about every other day, I have to change out this pre-filter sponge that's covering up the overflow. So I've got like a barbed elbow into the bulkhead so that my water level is above the rim, and that sponge gets clogged with organics, and what it does is it causes the water in the sump to lower. So now it's good. You can see that water is between those two lines. Sorry for this light, I'm just trying to get you guys an idea where we're at here. But that water will go down below that line, and you know, just not good. So what I've got to do is get a more coarse sponge for that overflow. So that's going to be one small tweak that I'll have to make. But the frog bit's doing great. Really long roots in a lot of places. So I'm really happy with the cover that's providing, how that's coming along. You know, a biotope or a botanical method aquarium isn't everybody's cup of tea. Some people think it looks dirty. You know, they don't like the unkept look, quote unquote, of the sticks and leaf litter at the bottom. But in a biotope, I mean, this is what the bottom of the Amazon looks like, and honestly, even worse than this. So that's what we're going for here. It's very healthy. The water parameters are fantastic. We have very little nitrates right now. I'm expecting that to increase as I add ferts and more fish. So very healthy, very great. It's a great system. I did have to change the filter floss in the sump once so far. Again, just because all organics, but things are going really great in this tank. Really excited about it. And the next thing we'll do is we'll add our really showpiece fish, what this tank is really built around. So I'm really excited about that. They've been in quarantine for 8 days now, and I think we're getting ready to get them out of there. They look real healthy. They're eating. They've been medicated, and they're just doing really well. So I think I'm going to move them. I know 8 days, some people say, that's not long enough, or some people don't quarantine at all. But like I said, they look really good. They've had no issues. They've been medicated with some tetra guard, some it's actually called Molly Bright. It's essentially methylene blue for external fungus, and some internal fungus or internal parasite medications. Shoot, I forget the name of it right now. Not Paracleanse, but Anyway, I'll put the name here in the video. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway, they've been medicated and are doing great. I think I'm ready. So that's it for the update. Thanks so much, and let's get these next fish in. What do you think they're going to be? So how do you think it's coming along? I think it's going great. Remember, in a biotope, it's a natural slice, or as close as you can, of a piece of a real ecosystem. This isn't an aquascaped diorama. This is, trying to mimic nature as best we can in a small glass box. So next, we're going to get our premier fish into this biotope, the silver angelfish. So those are in quarantine. We're going to get those in next. Make sure you subscribe and you turn that thumb blue, and comment down below how you think this biotope's come along. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks again so much for stopping by the biotopes, and we'll see you next time.